Hey y'all, Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football here in San Antonio in my hotel room with my Friday night instant recap. I just got in from my game over at Fort Sam Houston, where the San Antonio Coal Cougars upset previously unbeaten Universal City Randolph 35-32. Great ball game out there on Fort Sam Houston. What a cool game to see. The Texas high school football version of Army versus Air Force. Coal students are on the Army base, Randolph on the Air Force base. Great game, really unique circumstances and just a unique experience for Texas high school football. Glad I got to see it. Cole jumps out 21-0 lead early and hangs on down the stretch for a 35-32 win. So congrats to Coach Scott Kissy and the Cole Cougars, who improved to 5-3 on the season. Looking around the state, first off, let's start in 6A. Out west, how about the Midland Bulldogs? 59-28 win over Odessa. Coach Thad Fortune's ball club is in sole possession of first place in District 2 6A. They are 8-0 on the year, one of the best stories in all the state of Texas. That running game for the Midland Bulldogs just keeps on churning out yards, and I think we're looking forward to a showdown out in Midland here soon. I don't know if it's week 10 or week 11 where Midland and Midland Legacy hook up, and the winner will take that number one seed in the district championship. So congrats to Midland. They're 3-0 in district. They're in first place right now, undefeated, and looking great. A couple of games in Class 5A that caught my eye. Down in Central Texas, let's start. The Midlothian Panthers go to Lake Belton, and really impressive win for Coach Doug Wendell's ball club, knocking off Lake Belton 49-28. The Panthers, I haven't seen stat line on it yet, but they kind of took control early. I was following Mike Roach's tweets, and it looked like Midlothian took control early and never relinquished control. Lake Belton made some runs. Micah Hudson did some Micah Hudson things, as he typically does, but Lake Belton was unable to get that early. They got that early hole and just couldn't climb out of it. So Midlothian, big win. That puts the Panthers in the mix for the district championship. They still got to play Red Oak, I believe, here coming up in the next 2 weeks. The winner of that game will win the district championship. But Midlothian has bounced back nicely from that real shocking season opening loss to Arlington Seguin, and the Panthers are rolling. I believe they are now 7-1 on the year. Aledo got a scare tonight, but that 100-plus game district not a losing streak, that 100-plus game district winning streak remains intact as House Haney scores a touchdown late to thwart off Denton Ryan's upset bid. Aledo wins 25-19. They haven't lost a district game since 2007, I believe, to Everman. I was at that game, but it's an amazing streak for Aledo, and every so often they get pushed, and they got pushed tonight. And the Bearcats showed what they're made of with a win. The Denton schools give Aledo trouble. They beat Geyer by 3 earlier in the year, beat Ryan by 6 tonight. And so clearly, that the only thing to stop Aledo apparently is a Denton school, and they come close, but they haven't been able to do it yet. So congrats to Aledo keeping their winning streak alive. And Denton Ryan, we all kind of buried them after that loss to the Colony. Man, they're going to be a tough outcome playoff time if they play this kind of football in the playoffs. Dave Hittingham's ball club is going to be a challenge for anybody in Region 1. So keep an eye on Denton Ryan. They're playing some of their best football of the year right now. The big showdown down in the Golden Triangle in Class 4A. Silsbee, 39-21 win over Hampshire Finette. And I think, for Silsbee, they pull away in the second half. Draylon Miller was playing on both sides of the ball in this big game, doing great things. He was being Draylon Miller tonight. Silsbee's other weapons, Trey Kibbles, Ashton Cartwright, all made big plays for the Tigers. If you're Hampshire Finette, it's kind of what if. You kind of walk away from that game. A lot of chances in the red zone, especially early. Silsbee led 14-0 at the half. Hampshire Finette had 2 possessions, inside the 10-yard line and came away with 0 points. I thought the game might have flipped in the third quarter. Silsbee's up 14-0, kicking a field goal. Hampshire Finette blocks it, returns it for a touchdown, makes it 14-7. Silsbee comes right back, scores a touchdown, makes it 20-7, gets control back of the game, and never looks back. You got to think Silsbee right now, they're the team to beat in Region 3 along with Cuero, but Hampshire Finette's not far off. They went toe-to-toe with Silsbee. I watched a lot of this game on Texan Live while my game was going on, and it never felt like Hampshire Finette was overmatched at all. They're a very, very – Mark Wagner's ball club is really strong, and they're going to be a challenge come playoff time. Even though they're going to be the number 2 seed, they're going to be a tough matchup, and I think that gives them potentially, looking at the bracket, most likely a round 3 matchup with Cuero, which will be a lot of fun. Hampshire is a strong ball club, but congrats to Silsbee. That's a big win for them, 39-21 at home over Hampshire Finette. Couple of big games in 3A. We'll start first with the top 10 matchup. Brock knocks off Paradise 26-14. Pretty workmanlike performance from Brock. Kind of held Paradise at arm's length the whole way. I don't think Paradise ever got this game to within single digits. Brock jumped out to a 13-0 lead early, and I think Paradise may have cut it to 13-7 at one point, but from there on, Brock pulls away. 26-14 win. Pretty workmanlike, very solid performance from Brock. And they're still the team to beat in Region 1. You know, you look at their record and you're like, oh, they got 3 losses. Well, they're still the team to beat. They had 4 losses last year going into the playoffs, and they were the team to beat in Region 1. And they got 3 losses. They're the team to beat. Brock, Billy Mathis's ball club, they're legit. They're just solid across the board. The key for Brock is as long as they don't turn the football over, they're hard to beat for any 3A school. If they hang on to the football, don't have any self-inflicted wounds, they're going to be real hard to beat. The big game tonight, it's an upset, but it's not a huge upset. Franklin, their 39-game winning streak, the state's longest winning streak, comes to an end at the hands of Lorena. Lorena kicks a field goal in the last play of the game, knocks off Franklin 52-49. Huge win for Kevin Johnson's ball club. Lorena now steps in as the number 1 team in 11-3 Division 1, ending Franklin's winning streak. They went toe-to-toe with Franklin, outscored them in the end. Lorena was battling injuries early in the year. They're starting to get healthy. They got Jaden Porter back. Braylon Henry carried him while Jaden Porter was out. He's got the running game going. They're a really strong team. Defense, probably a little shaky for Lorena, but they can score with anyone. Huge win to go on the road to beat Franklin and end the Lions' longest winning streak in the state of Texas. Big stuff there in Central Texas for the Lorena Leopards, who they're going to be one of the teams to beat in Region 3. Region 3 and 3 Division 1 is absolutely loaded, and Lorena is right there amongst the big dogs in the region. Finally, before we wrap it up, let's go down to Class 2A. The Cooper Bulldogs knock off Honeygrove 34-21. Honeygrove came into this game undefeated, had only allowed 3 points all year, just blowing past everyone, but the strength of schedule was a question. No doubt about it. Honeygrove had not played the kind of competition Cooper had played. Cooper was 13-1 last year. They were battle-tested. Their one loss was to a really good 3A team in Hooks. And Cooper knocks off Honeygrove 34-21 to kind of continue their reign as the top dog in 2A Division 1 there in the Northeast Texas area. Honeygrove's a very good team, probably a year away. They're still very, very young. But Cooper, senior heavy, battle-tested after making the 4th round of the playoffs last year, losing to Timpson. They seized control of this game early and never looked back. Cooper had a 2-touchdown lead early. It was 14-0 right off the bat, and you kind of just feel like they were gonna run away and hide from this one. Credit to Honeygrove, they hung in there, but Cooper kind of held them at arm's length and got the big win. So congrats to Coach Mastorina's ball club there at Cooper. They knock off Honeygrove 34-21. So that wraps up the Friday night. A longer instant recap. A lot happened tonight. It was a big week, big Friday night of Texas high school football. Stay with TexasFootball.com and Dave Campbell's Texas Football on all your social media channels for the best coverage of Texas high school football anywhere. I'm going to get me a little sleep.